All right, I believe we're recording now. This is my actual play of The Streets of Avalon, and these are my awesome players. And we'll get going from there. Let's have everybody introduce themselves. Brandon, would you care to go first?
Sure, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Baro Broomhill, the roguish swashbuckler type who likes hanging out on roofs and causing troubles for the Temple of Hermes.
And that segue just begs for me to go, hey, Eileen, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Eileen. I am playing Morgan, a cleric of Hermes. She is a grown-up street urchin that likes to help out the kids and has gotten sucked into this misadventure.
And on that note, Bob, would you care to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Bob Everson, and I am playing Garlen Bach, a half-orc outlander who is an urban bounty hunter and occasional leg breaker for unsavory people.
That works. Last time, you were kind of left with a cliffhanger. We didn't have any downtime in between sessions because you were in the middle of doing something. Unfortunately, since the Streets of Avalon is a gritty fantasy setting, we are using the slow healing and recoveries rules that are optional in the Dungeon Master's Guide, which means until all of these wonderful adventurers get about a week off, they don't get their long rest. So everyone's pretty depleted from chasing large insects that looked a lot like Garland and various other situations, and now they are currently chasing down a potentially dangerous situation behind the cradle, which is the boarding house where Garland lives. And let's, on that note, skip over to what our lamplighter is narrating for this crew right now. So the lamplighter is still speaking to the figure that paid him last time. He wasn't quite finished explaining what was going on, and the lamplighter says, "Ah, yes, I believe you might be interested in what was going on that they don't know about. Well, they don't even realize that this situation was emerging." And as the lamplighter says that, we cut away to a scene that none of you know about, which involves several people in like black leathers coming up to a kind of worn down house, but it looks like a nicer neighborhood than where all of you are at. And the people in their long leather coats come up to the door and come in. And you see a man, a strange looking person with like a long stringy mustache, and he is kind of in not the best looking clothes. You see like books and candles and skulls and jars of things all over his house. And one of the men says, "Sorcerer, we need you to track someone down for us." "Oh, really? Well, I can do that. Do they need to be alive?" "No, that's fine. They don't need to be alive." "Well, then I have just the thing to find them." And they hand over a picture of Garland to the sorcerer, who then begins drawing a summoning circle on the floor.
Awesome.
So, cutting back to our actual heroes on the street. Currently, Zindlane, your nobleman that has hit rock bottom and who has also become a warlock, is the only one that can see the maps on this ancient book that you borrowed from the House of Odin. The indication was that if you could apply Demon Ichor to the pages, the maps would be visible to other people, but for some reason, Zindlane has no problem looking at these pages. Zindlane has been translating the map to Morgan, who is a little bit more savvy of the city streets, and you located this hotspot that may be one of the seals that you now know are underneath this part of the city, and it indicates that it is behind Garland's boarding house.
Boarding house.
And at that point in time, your former party member, Draman, Garland got this vision of him and being in this grove in this one alleyway that he always went to, and that ceased to exist. And Baro and Morgan did not see that alleyway disappear. So, about this time, when Garland is asking them if they saw this, and Morgan and Baro turn around, when all three of you turn back around, you no longer see Zen Lane.
Oh, come on, Z. Where are you?
City's just eating people.
So on that note, now you call for Zen Lane for a little bit, and he doesn't respond. That's probably not as uncommon for Zen Lane as it might be for other people. But
Yeah.
what do you wish to do at this point?
Well, we had a pretty good idea where the spot on the map was that we needed to be, right?
Yes, you did.
So as long as we don't have to go look for another one and try and read the map that we can't read, let's find the entrance here and see what we can figure out.
All right. So do you proceed to the alleyway behind the cradle?
Yes, we do.
All right. So you get to the cradle. You're used to seeing this place. It's about as homey as any place can be in the Isles. It's run down. It's the bottom part is drenched from when the streets flood out, but it's elevated a little bit. Not quite like how the well, how other places are, but this one it's up enough to where it might only flood a couple inches at worst into the floor. And around back, you see a shed. And Garland, you've seen this shed before. It's just a place where Mother Ninra stores stuff every once in a while, and she tries to have her little like window garden things for as much as they manage to survive in the through getting what little sunlight comes through the smoky sky there. But the shed is wide open right now.
Don't know that I've ever seen it open.
No.
Well, let's take a peek inside.
All right. When you look inside, it's actually a little bit bigger than you expected it to look inside the shed. But what is a little bit more surprising is a few weeks back, when you clobbered those thugs that had the blackened eyes and the scarified symbols all over them, and you gave them to Abara, because they worked for Grandmother Shark. You don't know what she did with them, and they're here.
Okay. Here as in they're just kind of hanging out, or here they're...
Yeah, they're sitting in the shed. They're wearing they look like they're wearing one of the kind of emergency clothes like the ragmender would come up with for someone. Like they're not wearing their more thuggish, almost uniform looking rat catcher uniforms. They have these stitched together, clean but stitched together, clothing in there. They're both kind of just staring straight ahead, not really responding to a whole lot.
Hey, what are you guys doing here? Hello?
Kind of knock on one of the doors.
All right, then.
They maybe have too much to drink?
It's like they recognize that you're here, but they don't quite seem to remember how to communicate.
Okay, then. Well, we're just gonna...
And Morgan, you have not seen these people before, so you're not quite sure why Baro and Garlen recognize these two people that are just kind of sitting out here in the shed.
Yeah, they're thugs. I'm gonna pretend that they're not here and just start looking around.
Okay. The back door to the boarding house is also hanging wide open.
Well, that I don't like. Now I'm going to go poke my head in there.
All right. So you poke your head in, and normally in the little kitchen that's in there, Mother Ninra is in there because she often like makes tea or has snacks for people that are staying at the boarding house. She's nowhere to be seen.
I will
Seems
call
kind of
out.
empty in here, isn't it?
Hello, Mother Ninra. Are you
There's-
around?
There is no answer.
All right. I'm going to take a quick run through the boarding house, looking around without going into people's actual rooms, but like, just blow through there real quick, look around, see if I see anything amiss.
Yeah, nothing else looks amiss. Like where she keeps some of her extra linens and everything, and that's all like folded up in there. You do notice, and this is an odd thing for you to put your finger on, but you do notice that normally you have this wave of calm that comes over you when you come in here,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel like that right now.
No. And that is not a good thing. All right, back out to the shed. I grab one of these doofuses by the friggin' front of the shirt. I give him a shake. Hey, what the hell's wrong with you? Wake up. Focus. Where's Mother Ninra?
Ninra.
Mother Ninra. Come on.
Ninra? he puts his arms out like he's ready to hug you.
I just throw him on the ground. All right. This is harsh in my comm.
There
You were
is-
pointed in this direction for a reason.
Yes, and if you're reading this right, it was below this area, and there is a sewer access at the end of the street, right by the where the alleyway comes into this area.
God, I hate the sewers. All right, who's with me?
I think we're all in this. Anyway, gotta see this
All right.
through.
Kind of
Pop the
poking
sewer
one of the
grate.
guys in the shoulder.
Something's been done to these jokers. All right, let's pop the sewer grate open.
All right, it is locked as usual. It's a little bit rusted because the water overflows and covers over the sewer grates.
Do you have a lockpick kit?
I do.
Okay.
I am
was-
actually trained in thieves' tools.
Oh, look at that. I think that's 3 of us in the party now.
Because I don't even think I actually have any.
Well, if you don't have any, you can borrow mine.
You do have
'Cause
a
I'm
bunch
sure
of
you're
locks
better
that
at
you've been
using them than I
keeping.
am.
though.
That's right. I forgot I was keeping locks. Oh, I do have them on here. Oh, I do. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. Who wants to take a crack at this?
Go for it.
Okay.
Is anybody going to backseat watch Baro try and take this?
I'll hover over his shoulder and be like, no, to the left. Wiggle
I'm
it.
gonna Brandon mute. I'm gonna cast guidance on Baro before he starts.
All right. So you have guidance and Garlen giving you advantage on this check.
What does guidance give me?
Extra D4.
Cool.
Oh, damn. Okay. Natural 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
So despite how rusted out this lock looks, the mechanisms were great, and you just feel, you got the clicking going perfectly, and it just pops right open.
for a total of that's a lot. 31.
Jeez.
Wow.
I was
Every
going,
lock in the neighborhood unlocks.
I'm just letting you know, you had it at 20.
Yeah, well, I had to show off.
If I may narrate this one,
Yeah.
Baro puts the picks into the lock and with a deft twist clicks the thing unlocked with a flick that pops the ring, spins it, loops it out of the thing. The lock goes up in the air like this, catches it with the other hand and puts it in his pocket and goes, all right, we're good.
And another lock.
All right. So do you have a light source?
There are torches?
Oh, I've got my
torches.
hooded lantern.
I was going to
Good
say
old-
I've got 9 torches left.
The good old sewer exploring lantern.
Yep.
All right. So you see the normal like access cage that envelops the stairs that go down into the recesses of the sewer. So when you get about 10 feet down, there is a side cage that goes off into an access area, or it keeps going down like they normally do. What would you like to do?
Well, in all the times I've been in the sewers, I've never seen one that goes off to the side like this before you get to the bottom. So clearly, I have to check that out.
There is the door is closed, but it does not appear to have a lock on it. But it's got like a mechanism to
Yeah,
click open and
I'm just going to flick it open.
okay. About let's see, what is a lantern's range?
$30
Okay. So you get about 10 feet into this area where the doors open, and you see there is a plank that is sitting between the normal access way and where it keeps going. It almost looks like in all the times it's washed out, like some of the bolts holding this together rusted out and the middle section just dropped. So now there's just a board.
Awesome. How sturdy does that board look?
It is wood that has been in an area that floods out often.
That's what I thought. All right, I put a tentative foot out on it, give it a little
Okay.
poke.
I'll let the heavy guy go first.
Creaks a little. Give me acrobatics check to see. Basically, you're trying to balance your weight so you're not putting all of your weight down on one foot.
But of course. Oh, that'd be a no. 5.
So you take a step and then you carefully go to shift your other foot, and then you put a little bit more weight on that back foot than you intended, and you hear a loud crack and this 10-foot section of board just kind of snaps in the middle, and you don't fall as far as you could. That's the good news. There is a crosswalk about 20 feet down.
Ow.
So Garlen, you take 5 points of damage as you hit that crosswalk underneath.
Well, that hurt. The good news is you don't have to try and walk across the board.
I'm not too sure I was willing to.
Ow.
And Garland, if you would, what is your passive perception?
13.
Okay. Would you like to give me a perception check at the moment?
Absolutely. Ha-ha! That'd be a 21.
You can hear, like way down low, you're hearing water moving. and it's more water than usual for the sewers. So you're thinking at this point that the sticks might be starting to back up into this area. It's pretty low at the moment, but you don't know how much this is going to flood out based on where the water, flows and how many, switchbacks it actually flows into.
Awesome.
But you can definitely hear that below you.
Fabulous. That'll make things even more fun.
So, Garlen,
right.
what's down there? What do you see?
Well, there's a crosswalk here. And it sounds like a lot of running water. I think the sticks may be starting to back up.
Well, good thing I'm not going down there. So is there some place that I could tie a rope to?
Yeah, I mean there's a cage, kind of surrounding all of these things.
Okay. I say I'll get you out of there, and then I go and I start tying the rope to one of the cages, making sure it's nice and tight. Doesn't seem like there's too much of a rush, so make sure it's nice and secure, and toss the other end down to Garlen.
Okay.
Cool. All right, I will shoot back up the rope.
I will say you have a rope, and this is fairly easy because you can kind of hit, like, every once in a while there's like a cross beam that you can brace yourself against along with the rope. So you make it back up. You don't need to make a check. So you're back up there. The boards have fallen through. What would you like to do at this point?
How far was the gap? A little more than
About
10 feet?
Yeah.
And what does it look like is on the other side?
It looks like another one of these access hatchways. It's just that, like, that 10-foot section of metal just dropped out from rusting out. So it's kind of like the walkway that Garland just hit. It's just that one, the bolts apparently didn't rust out and drop the section through yet.
Is there like cage the whole way, or?
Yeah.
So conceivably, we could use the rope as a safety and use the cage to climb across the 10-foot gap.
You could do that.
I'm gonna do that. I will be proof of concept.
Okay.
Well, we got enough rope too. We can, well, if we can do it one at a time too. I was thinking we could tie. There's enough rope we could tie all of us up and have us all go at the same time. But yeah, you go be the guinea pig.
Yeah.
What is the lowest you can get on an athletics check?
That'd be a 3.
Okay, so you still need the roll then.
All right.
There is
I'm gonna
still a
be-
chance.
I'm going to be right back. Sorry.
Okay.
No problem. Well, that's a 12.
All right. So you make it across. Every so often, like, one of the rusted out things feels a little less solid, so you have to reach over a little bit further and grab it, but you make your way across.
All right, I will toss the rope back. Next.
What is your lowest that you can get on an athletics check?
I can get a 5 as the lowest.
Okay. You don't have a problem getting across.
Spry little guy.
So that just leaves Morgan.
All right. What does Morgan need to do?
What is the lowest you can get on an athletics check?
A 1.
All right, then you will need to roll then.
I am all acrobatics. I have no athletics. $13.
Okay. So you get across safely as well. So you are all ready to keep going if you would like.
Yeah, moving along.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do this.
You see at the end of the 30 feet of your lantern light, you can kind of see that there is like a T intersection at the far end there. Do you wish to keep moving towards it?
Yeah.
All right. What order are you going in? Not that it matters.
I'm gonna go first. I
Okay.
am fairly perceptive, and
Okay.
I'm going to recommend we move at a slower pace.
So,
Just don't block my light.
so as you walk down there and you carefully look around as you're walking forward, you notice right about before you get to that T intersection, about 20 feet to either side, to the right hand side, based on where you're at, there is a big solid door, like it's almost like a vault door. And to the other side, there is just another cage door that leads to some more crosswalks and stairs and all that.
Baro's looking at the vault door and going, "Ooh, what's in there?"
Bad things, man. I think
Mhm.
that's why we're here.
He'll better get out of the way then.
So, what are you doing?
I'd like to check out the door. Kinda,
All right. It's going to scrutinize it then.
Yes.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. My passive investigation is 15,
Oh, okay.
and I rolled a 19. Plus... Nope, I don't have a plus to investigation, so just a flat 19.
All right. You can clearly tell looking at this door, this vault door looking thing has been here for a long time. But what you can tell as you are looking at it is there was like masonry and stuff that had kind of sealed it up. Like it had been like no one had touched this. If you had to guess, it's probably been like centuries since somebody opened this, but it has been opened recently.
Well, that's no bueno.
Yeah.
It's closed back up, but you can definitely tell the stuff that was kind of chiseled out of the the border around it, and you can tell that the someone oiled the big hinge on the far side of it, and someone has worked on this door to get it open.
So this door has been here a while, and it had been sealed up, and somebody has unsealed it and opened it recently, guys.
And probably released another nasty monster into the world. Awesome.
Yeah, probably.
Well, let's open it and see what's going on. Is it locked?
When you look at it, there is not a lock. There are numbered tumblers.
How are they numbered? Are they sequential?
I mean, it looks like there are just a bunch of different numbers, like you would line up the numbers to a certain combination, and it would open up. Would anyone like to give me a history check?
Ooh, I have some history. I got a little bit of that. 14.
All right. When you look at this, this is probably a ridiculous thing to pop into your head, but this thing almost looks like how people describe like the old dwarven buildings from underneath Avalon. And dwarves are like near mythic things. Like I guess they kind of existed, but people come up with all these fanciful stories for when they were still in this region, and
this is not nearly deep enough.
Yeah, this is really odd that this would be up here if it really is, or it's somebody that did a really good job of studying dwarven techniques for sealing things up. If they but at any rate, they did it a long time ago.
Huh. All right. Well, let's see if we can. Do we have any information in the documentation that we've been given about these vault things and the situation of what the combination might be?
You don't know because Zinlane disappeared with the book.
Baro's just going to, just his natural curiosity, start playing with combinations. He starts with 000 if that's a possibility. I don't know how many positions there are.
0 through 9, and we're going to start with 000.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like the combination idiot uses on his luggage.
Oh, goodness. Baro, I think you've been doing illicit things long enough, correct?
Yeah.
You could make a perception check to listen to the tumblers in the store.
Okay, I will do that. That'll be a 19.
Okay. You think of the there's 5 tumblers with numbers on them. You're pretty sure you can get the first number off of what you were just listening to. So would you like to keep going?
Yes.
Okay. Give me another perception check.
One. Well, natural 1. 6 total, but
I'm going to say that failed enough that you think you got the second number. So right now you're feeling, oh, I got 2 now.
yeah, guys, this is totally easy.
Piece of cake.
All right, you want to listen to the third one now?
Yeah. And this die seems to be really swingy. That'll be 14.
Okay. I like how confident Baro is doing this right now.
Oh yeah, guys, I got this. It's totally a piece of cake.
You have 2 more.
21.
Okay. I will tell you, when you get the 21, you're pretty sure that you got that one too, but you're also hearing super muffled voices on the inside of this thing.
Oh,
Awesome.
guys, there's somebody in there. Somebody's.
Okay, we'll open it faster.
The grip on my sword tightens.
Working on it.
All right, make that last check.
Maybe you should be letting a professional handle this.
Baro
I
is
am
a professional.
19.
All right. So, based on all of the things that you heard, I am going to let you make a sleight of hand check to dial in this combination at disadvantage.
Okay.
You got enough to try it.
Let's see here.
Guidance.
Ooh. Well, 1 is a 19.
19 is good enough. You
Well, no.
oh,
I've just a disadvantage, so 14.
Oh,
so
okay.
19 total, and then you said guidance, so that's another 4. So
23.
23. Math.
all right. So, yeah, with that guidance, you were only like a few numbers off, so your hand just happens to flick over into the number that you thought you were going to put it on, and you look at it for a minute and go, that's wrong, but then it like clicks and the door starts open. It's like, no, that's exactly what you meant to put it.
Totally meant to do that. All right, which way does the door swing, in or out?
It swings outward.
You know, I just realized too, I can reroll ones.
That's true.
That's all right. You'll remember that next time.
Well, I like playing up the lucky thing too, so I should have done that.
All right.
It's okay.
Give the door a good pull to swing it open, and I prepare my sword.
So
who's in the room?
when you pull the door open, you see there are several lanterns already in there. You see Mother Ninra tied to a chair. And you see... okay. Run encounter. You see three people in odd robes standing in here. And does anyone have... Well, you can make a check whether you have it or not. Give me a religion check.
Ooh, I'm trained in that. 16.
All right. You can clearly tell this is something no sane person would publicly show, but there are signs of the cult of Erlig on these guys.
Eat those guys.
So... Dun, dun, dun. I'm putting everybody's name in. All right. What's Baro's initiative modifier?
+5.
All right. What's Morgan's?
+2.
All right. And what's Garland's?
+1.
All right. Okay. So, as the door swings open, Baro, you can act first. All three of the robed figures kind of look out as soon as Garlen opens the door. And Mother Ninra oddly has kind of a serene look on her face for someone that's tied up and surrounded by cultists.
Out.
These are the bad guys, right?
Yes.
He pulls out his swords and goes towards the nearest one. How far out are they?
Yes, I should do that. All right. So this is about 15 feet in to the door. So Garland's on that side. Baro's going first. So yeah, they are right there, right there. So you are 15 feet away from them. And there's Mother Ninra. Okay. You do also notice beyond the scene, behind all of them, another 15 feet behind them is what looks like another one of the seals that you saw. Morgan, unfortunately, just sees like a really ornate wall.
And by the way, my initiative is actually 7. I don't know why it doesn't add it in, but I add my charisma to my initiative too.
You still went first.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go right up to the closest one and attack him.
All right.
Okay, first short sword is I wasn't unmuted. I got an 18 to hit on the first short sword.
All right. So that will definitely hit.
Then I get sneak attack damage on it because it's rakish audacity. Swashbuckler's broken, I think.
It is. There are very few circumstances where you don't get sneak attack.
10 plus 3, so 13 damage from one short sword.
So you go charging into the room and you stab the first cultist and he falls over.
How about the... Oh, that was easy.
Now, here is my question. Did you strike to kill him?
I kind of went in not really with any restraint. So
All
that
right.
one I do run through, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, your short sword just goes straight through his lower intestines, and it kind of spills out.
Awesome.
Part of my idiom. Okay, so the next one, I realize that these guys probably aren't much of a match for me, so I'm going to take a little easy on this next guy. Oh, actually, I should say, is the other one close enough to me?
Oh yeah, they were all
Okay.
grouped together. They were all
Okay.
grouped together interrogating Mother Ninra.
I go too easy on him. I rolled a 1.
You kind of see everything spill out on the floor and go, whoa.
Whoops.
All right. So, Morgan, what would you like to do after seeing that?
Well, I either have stuff that shoot to kill or not terribly effective. I'm going to go up to one of the cultists and try to knock him out by smacking him upside the head with my mace.
All right.
And that's a 13 plus 15 to hit.
That will hit.
I was not prepared to use my mace. There's a d6. And that is 3 damage.
All right. He is still standing. All right. Garlen, what would you like to do?
All right. You said there was 3 of them?
There was. Now there's 2.
Yeah. I'm going to step in to the one that hasn't been attacked yet, and I'm going to cut his butt in half.
Okay.
Awesome. That'll be a 20.
And as you come around the side of him, Mother Ninra is like, "It's so good to see you again, Garland. I don't think I've ever seen you at work before."
Oh, that's 10 points.
All right. So,
And then I will say, if you would like to live, put your hands in the air.
and the one that's over by Morgan, he is going to Baro and Morgan. You can both take an attack of opportunity as he is stepping back behind Mother Ninra halfway to the seal.
10.
20.
Morgan missed, but Baro is apparently very bloodthirsty right now.
And that will be 9 damage. I am going to do subdual.
All right. So he is still standing. And he looks at all of you and says, "You're going to ruin everything, and I don't know why this woman wasn't affected by the scroll." And he is holding the scroll in his hand, and he reaches out and he does the Temple of Doom move towards unfortunately probably towards Morgan. And he reaches out, and this line of like green tendrily spiraling miasma comes towards you. And let's see what he gets. Oh, I am so sorry. So he critted with that.
Cleric, heal thyself.
Cleric ain't got no more heal juice.
It's too bad you wasted it all on some bratty little bargeman.
Oh. So, you take 19 poison damage as these green tendrils seep into you.
Okay, well, that ain't right.
Well, I'm still up, but barely.
All right, and now the other cultist that's pretty much surrounded. Yeah, he is going to. He has this fancy ceremonial flail that has like a skull head on the end of it, and he is going to swing that at Baro, the bloodthirsty. All right. Does a probably not. Does a 13 hit Baro? No. Okay. So he
Thankfully, no.
swings it, and you easily see the arc that he is describing with this flail and step out of the way.
Songs will be sung of your deeds, Baro.
And Baro, what would you like to do again now?
Okay. I'm going to chance. No, I'm not going to chance it because I don't want to get killed. Is the guy with the green tendrils, is he still nearby, or would I have to move to attack him?
He is 10 feet away from you.
I don't want to provoke an attack opportunity.
You wouldn't.
Okay.
You don't have to get too far away from the other guy to reach him.
Okay, then I go towards the green tendrils guy, and that guy. I'm gonna debating whether I want to go all out on this guy or not. We're softening up this other guy, but this guy might know something. I'm gonna hamstring him. So first attack will be a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
My 3d6 of damage again. 8, 5, 7, 12, 13. 16 damage.
All right. He's still up, but he is definitely bloodied.
Okay, let's try one more hit on this guy with my other short sword. And that will be a 19 to hit.
And that will definitely hit.
Oh, I've been rolling a d4 with my d6s.
What?
Yep. Oh, now I all roll ones. 1, 1, 2. So 3 damage, 6 damage.
Okay, he goes down. Did you put him down lethally?
No, I
Okay.
Disabled him as best I could.
Okay, so yeah, you see him bleeding, and then you can like cloud him on the side of the head, and he just drops like a sack. All right, Morgan. There is only one of these cultists left.
So the guy that Baro just took out, is he bleeding out?
No, he's stable.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Sacred Flame on the other guy.
All right.
Oh, and that's a dexterity save for him.
Yeah, he's great at that. Oh, crap. 17.
Nope, that makes it.
Apparently, he practices ballroom dancing outside of his cult work. And
Everybody needs a hobby.
Garlen, what would you like to do? There is one cultist still conscious.
No, there isn't. He has raised my ire. Oh, swing and a miss. That's a critical miss right there.
Oh.
Natural one.
Garland is a very competent person, but I'm thinking all of the loose rubble from this ancient thing kind of gets under your feet, so your swing is a little bit off, so he manages to lean back at the last second.
There's some guts on the floor, too.
That's true. There are
Damn
intestines.
it, entrails.
right. So now, the last one is looking slightly uncertain, but he is still a follower of Erlig, so he's not the most wise in some of his decisions. So,
You fool.
so he is also going to, actually, he is going to do something completely unwise because he is standing next to Garlen and he is going to use a ranged attack, so he's going to be at disadvantage. But he wants this to look impressive if it does work. So, does a 17 hit Garlen?
Damn it. Yes.
So at point blank range, this black energy just swirls around his hand and shoots off into your, just like straight into your gut. And
Oh, this is going to hurt.
you think, but it only did 2 points of damage.
Is that the best you can do?
You just made him even more mad.
Baro, you are like catty corner from this guy. You're still adjacent to him.
Okay. I am going to probably same type of thing. He's kind of busy with Garlen, and I'm going to like attack his kind of like ankle and try to disable him. I feel bad killing that one guy. No, I don't. Oh, damn, with the 20s tonight. Natural 20.
I need that die.
It's my lockpick. So that was that. Get you out of the way, D4. That's 9. And 13 plus 3, so 17. 17, and then for critical, it's, do you roll one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, one more of the... And so 19 damage.
So I
Duel.
am going to say, normally, yes, you can pull your punches on the final hit, but you did more than his total hit points again, past 0. So I am going to say, even with trying to pull your punch, you managed to like crack this guy's, or you managed to.
I hit a artery.
Yeah. So this one does not quite get subdued,
A
unfortunately.
fountain of blood sprays out of him, and you're like, ooh.
But since you meant to subdue him and this went horribly wrong, I will give you inspiration for that. So, everyone is unconscious or dead except for all of you and Mother Ninra. There is an odd feeling that all of you get once the tension of the fight is over. The adrenaline kind of drains out of you, and for a second you feel tired, but then all of a sudden you feel just really calm. And you don't know why this is happening, but all of you can take a short rest right now. Which means if you would like to spend hit dice, you may do so.
Oh. I will definitely do that. Oh, I feel much better.
Yep.
I
So,
don't.
Yeah, I should say I don't really. I got all of 3 hit points back.
I got 11, but I rolled a 9, so.
So yeah, you're not quite sure why you felt so calm and relaxed, even though, this was kind of like an immediate thing after the fight. But yeah, you all feel a lot
I know
better
why.
right now.
Mother Ninra's sitting there.
Well, yeah.
She has that effect on people.
So I'm really interested in this scroll, and I'm going to go. Baro's going to dash right for that to find out what this is all about.
Mother Ninra looks over at Garlen and says, I know you're probably here for a good reason, but could I trouble someone to untie me?
Absolutely. He'll definitely cut her bonds.
That's nice. It was starting to cut my circulation off a little bit, and I appreciate that, Garland. You are such a good boy. I really appreciate this. And she like pats you on the shoulder. I don't have any tea for you, unfortunately. I'm a little bit far from the kitchen at the moment.
That's quite all right. We can have tea later. Right now, I need to ask you some questions, though.
Anything you need.
Why did these men kidnap you and strap you to a chair?
I don't know in the slightest. However, they said they were going to read that scroll to me, and it was going to convert me to their cause, and for some reason, it did not have the expected effect on me.
All right. Well, I'm very grateful that that did not work. Yeah. Well, we're gonna look around a little bit here, and then we'll get you out of here, and you can go back home and rest.
That would be wonderful. Wait. Oh, those poor boys. I did not finish taking care of them this afternoon.
Yeah, they're just kind of sitting there dumbfounded.
Yes, they would be. I hope they don't get too agitated while I'm gone. How, like, Garland knows he feels calm around Mother Ninra, but give me a insight check.
Absolutely. That'd be a 15.
Yeah, you almost get the feeling that she is worried that they might revert back to how they were if they are not in her presence.
Awesome. All right, well, let's make this quick then.
Those men, they came in, they drugged me out, they started reading me the scroll, and quite honestly, they have horrible pronunciation. And on top of all of that, they were saying that they were doing all of this for the Bleak one, and that they needed to hollow out more recruits. And it was ridiculous. And you notice there are tools piled up, like probably like mining or construction type tools over by the seal.
Of course. They were going to try and crack the seal.
Yeah, that is the impression that you get.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I don't know who this Bleak one is, but quite honestly, I do not appreciate him.
I agree, but you have been very helpful.
Thank you. You have not introduced me to your friends.
All right.
I haven't met your friends. I don't believe they've come to visit you anytime.
I don't usually take many visitors, but real quick, this is Baro Broomhill, and this is Morgan. Do you have another? Just Morgan.
Just Morgan is fine.
And they are good friends of mine.
A priestess of Hermes. I appreciate everything that you do for the city.
I take a small bow.
Then she looks over at Baro and like pinches his cheek. You are just adorable, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And then she looks down at the swords and goes, when did you earn those?
By earn, I think you mean grab?
Oh, so this wasn't part of a promotion ceremony.
People keep making references to this thing, and I just don't know.
Yeah, those were acquired.
Well, just... And so for as proper and nice as she's been this whole time, she looks at Baro and goes, just watch your ass, son.
All right. At this point, I feel confident that the seal is intact and has not been broken. They didn't get to it yet.
Yeah, it does not look like it is. Like, the wall looks ancient, but it's in pretty well preserved. Like, all of the symbols are carved deep into it. And
All right. Here's my suggestion. I say we get Mother Ninra and the unconscious dude out of here, which will take a little bit of work because we got to get across that 10-foot gap. But between the three of us, we should be able to manage that. And then once we get up topside, we need to send word to the Griffins to let them know that we have members of the cult of Erlig in our grasp, and we need to send word to Valkyrie.
oh,
Uh-oh, looks like
Yep, looks like we lost him.
Nope.
There he is.
you froze for a second there.
oh no.
I
It
think
froze up to Marley.
Marley, whoever we're working with, yeah, Valkyrie Marley, Valkyrie
Yes.
Marley. Because the people that we're the Lachey priest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say something. The grave diggers. That's all I could think of.
Yeah,
Which,
brother,
do we
brother
have-
Sebastian.
Yeah, there he is, Brother Sebastian. Because the people that need to know.
All right.
So let's and then you can examine the scroll at your leisure.
I'm gonna take scraps from the robes of the cultists too, so that we have like little pieces of evidence
Okay.
that we can send to people and be like, "This is
Yeah.
what we ran into, guys."
Good call.
All right. Are you going to leave the dead ones in here?
Do they have anything on them?
They have their spooky looking skull flails.
Yeah, that's too heavy.
Yeah. We will leave the corpses in the room.
Okay.
And we should probably lock the door. But we know the combination now because you got it open. So,
Yeah, I totally memorized that.
I mean, it's got numbers so that you can see what the numbers are, right? So the numbers should still be
Oh,
visible
yeah,
in the
that's
thing.
true.
So we just
Yeah.
make note of the numbers again, give them all a flick.
Give me just give me Morgan and Baro both. Just give me, well, actually, Garlen, you're trained with thieves tools too, right?
Uh-huh.
I will say that's enough for this. Give me an intelligence save.
Ooh. Not my fort.
10.
10.
Natural 20.
Oh, jeez. Wow. So, Baro, it occurs to you that if you can find the right mechanism while this door is open, you can reset that combination to a different number.
Yeah, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was thinking of just zeros, but that probably might be the first thing that people try again. All sevens.
Okay. All right.
Nobody will guess that.
Okay. You basically have to kind of get into the tumblers from the side. So I'm going to say this is a thieves tool check to reset those tumblers. Are you telling anyone that you're trying to do this?
Yeah, I do. I let them know. I'm like, I'll say something along the lines of, in case, other people know about this and come back, we can trip them up a little bit.
Does anyone want to help Baro with this?
Sure.
So Baro, you would then have advantage on this check.
Okay. First roll was a 12. Next one is a 3, so I'll go with the 12.
Morgan, were you
well-
going to guidance him?
Yes, of course.
I figured you meant to do that.
So 14, and then my proficiency 16 now.
So the two of you were looking at this, and you can see the mechanism that you have to push to reset the tumblers. And for some reason, you were doing it, and it wasn't working. And then all of a sudden, this wave just washes over you, almost like magic. And you're like, "Oh, I got to hold this first, and then do."
No. So I see them kind of struggling with it, and I'm like, these guys are such amateurs. And I go and I smack Baro upside the head with guidance.
That is the guidance from Hermes.
Sounds
All
about
right. So
this,
yeah,
this sounds very familiar. Her pointing out the obvious thing I've missed. In real life, I
Yeah.
preface that.
It's very
was,
on brand.
I was just going to say in The Force Awakens when Rey is doing the thing where she's pointing at the tool, trying to show Finn which tool. That is totally my wife whenever she has me helping her with something. No, look where I'm pointing, right here. All right, so you managed to pop the button, you reset them, you can change them to whatever number you want to. And then, do you close it up?
Yes.
Yep. You hear this big clank as everything resets and everything clicks into place, and you're all set.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
As soon as you walk outside, the water is like 20 feet below you now. It's been steadily rising this whole time.
Well, that's no bloody good.
It is now up to where you fell before.
Good thing we got out of there.
Yeah, that's going to impede anybody coming down in here. But maybe we're lucky and we don't need anybody to actually come down in here, but we'll find out. All right, let's get across this pit.
All right. So, do you have any plans for getting anyone else across?
Ropes and guidance.
Yeah, I mean, ropes should be enough if we do it right. I have 50 feet of rope too. So theoretically, we could like stretch a couple of ropes across, one on either side, and
That's much better than what I was thinking. I was thinking just the whole mountain climbing, tying to each other thing again.
So while you're discussing how you want to rig this up, Mother Ninra goes, "Don't worry about me on any account." And she takes a running jump, and when she jumps over it, she doesn't seem like she is traveling at the speed she should for the velocity that someone has. Like, not drastically, but just a little bit slower than you would expect someone to descend again after they jumped, and she lands on the other side.
oh, she totally just Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Just
I was thinking Princess Peach from Super Mario Brothers 2.
well, hell. I would try that, but I don't want to fall in that water.
I wish I could do that.
She is a woman of many talents.
Okay, so we're gonna make our way across.
I'll carry the corpse or the unconscious guy. He's not a corpse.
Not yet.
I'll carry the corpse.
Give it time.
The night's young.
All right. So yeah, do you just want to so you're just kind of throwing the rope across and having that in case you fall, or is that
Yeah, using the cage and the rope to aid it with the climbing and.
all right? Give me give me an athletics check with disadvantage since you're, well, no, not you. You're carrying, you can carry things. You don't have to worry about this. So just give me the athletics check. What
Think
did
it
you
wasn't
get?
with a disadvantage?
I would have rather had disadvantage.
What did you get?
I got a 5.
That is just barely what you needed to get for this.
I slip a couple of times. I almost drop the guy. I get to the other side. I flop him on the edge.
Well, see, if you had gotten any lower, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to offer this to you as the guy is starting to slip. I will give you inspiration if he falls off.
Since we can only ever have one,
Oh, you still have one?
I still have it.
Oh, okay.
So I will not take that bargain.
Okay. So yes, you just barely get across. Everybody kind of like holds their breath for a second as Garlen kind of missed a foothold. And all right, who wants to go next?
Slapped the bargeman upside the head with another guidance. Say, go on, boy.
I suppose I'd making my payments to you. All right. So he's going to make his way across. What am I rolling?
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
Oh wait, I don't think you can fail this one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I've got the plus. Yeah, I had the lowest I could roll as a 5.
You can't fail this. So yeah, even with the inspiration wasn't, or the guidance wasn't needed, but I'm sure it was enjoyed.
You guided me all of 1 extra point.
All right, Morgan.
It says one willing creature. Does that mean I can't guidance myself?
I think you can. I think this has come up before where people have said you are indeed a creature. So
And I'm willing. So I'm going to pray my way across. I'm going to need a D4. And that's a 10.
All right. So Morgan, you get across very easily, and the Mercury makes you very fleet of foot as you scale across there, and all of you can make it back up to the surface fairly easily at this point.
Yay.
So, does Morgan have inspiration?
Morgan does not have inspiration.
Okay. That's good to know. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do that yet, but it's good to know. So you get up there, and Mother Ninra runs over to the shed, and the two people are still kind of quiet, but now they're kind of growling at each other. And every once in a while, one of them stands up, and the other one shoves the other one and makes him sit back down. And then, the other one does the same thing. And Mother Ninra walks up to them and puts her hands on their shoulders, and both of them just kind of sit down. And so, what would you like to do now?
Stick to the plan. We are gonna, if only there was some kind of group in this city that could send messages to people.
Just going to ask if Morgan had some runners in her pocket.
Quick, fetch a runner.
She knows a place.
Yeah. 2 runners, as a matter of fact, because we'll want to make sure we hit up the Griffins and the brother.
So as somebody who's kind of a caretaker for some of the runners. I go out into the street and I pull this little whistle out and I kind of give it a nice, it's this really loud, shrill pitch that kind of echoes off of the houses.
And within a few minutes, you have some of the local kids show up. So you have Coral in his big floppy hat, and you have the girl with all of her salvaged knives that, you know, some of which are just sharp objects. And they come running up to you and go, "Man, what do you need us to do?"
My friends have some messages for you to take.
All right. What would you like us to say?
Give them these, and I hold out the scraps of the robes.
So who are you sending him? Who are you sending?
Brother Sebastian and Valkyrie.
Okay.
Do we want to?
Or
I was just debating if we wanted to hit 3 of them or if we wanted to send runners to 2 of them and go to the 3rd one ourselves. Who would be the most likely person or group that we would want to talk to face about this? Probably Brother Sebastian.
yeah.
So if we
yeah,
send a message to the
Griffins.
Griffins, in fact, we'll send it to Shania because, you know, we're in good with her.
All right. So you tell the runner to specifically go to Shania for the message.
Yep.
All right. So you're sending a message to Shania. Who else are you?
That one will be to Valkyrie Marley.
Okay.
And we will explain what we found. For the Griffins, we'll say a couple of members of the cult of Erlig in a secret chamber in the sewers near the cradle. And we have one of them alive for questioning. And for Valkyrie, we were able to locate one of the chambers, but we lost our mage in the book.
He's out there somewhere. It won't be a problem.
And then
All
we'll
right.
head for Brother Sebastian.
Okay. And taking the unconscious cultist with you.
Yes, we will not leave the unconscious cultist. We will tell the Griffins that we are going to see Brother Sebastian.
So as you are traveling across, the sun is going down, and it is getting close to the time that the lamplighters will be coming out at this point. So, still going to see Brother Sebastian, correct?
Yep.
For people that are like crossing over to do their, go to wherever they might go at night for, whatever rowdy taverns might still be open. How do you want to deal with people that are looking at you askance as you are carrying an unconscious person?
Weekend at Bernie's. We're just carrying this drunk guy home. He started a little bit too early.
Yeah.
That sounds like a performance check.
Oh.
Let's see here. 6.
What did Garlen get? Because I'm picturing this like on 2 sides, except a Baro folk is not the best person to be the other side of this.
12.
So like one half of him is kind of looking like he's standing up, and the other half, Baro can't quite keep up in the air. So half of him is dragging on the ground.
Hey, we didn't think this through too well.
Oh. Anybody that gets close enough and starts to question anything, I give them the death gaze and tell them to bugger off.
All right, give me an intimidate check.
That I can do. That's a 16.
So you see a few of the local gilded people that might ask for a toll to travel through this part of the neighborhood safely as it's getting darker, but you give them that glare and they decide not to stick their hand out for those extra silvers, and they keep on the other side of the street.
You may think that this is a good day to trouble us with your concerns. It is not.
So you continue to carry half of the priest over to the dry docks. And
I told you weekend at Ehrlich's wouldn't work.
And what would you like to do at this point? You're at the gates of the dry docks.
We go in.
Because it is nightfall, they have closed up the they have closed the front gate. It's, for this crew, I'm sure it would be easy enough to get through that, but they do have the front gate locked up at the moment.
Well, we will call out because,
And Brother Sebastian comes out and goes, "I'm very sorry, but I am certain that your loved ones will not be gone by tomorrow." And he looks up, he goes, "Oh,
yes.
is this like an emergency interment?" And he looks at the...
He's
quite
not ready
dead
for
yet.
internment yet.
Oh. And he unlocks the gate. Well, come in, and he locks the gate back up behind you.
By the way, there will probably be some griffins heading this way.
I am very interested to find out what's going on here. And Brother Sebastian looks at Morgan and goes, "Pleased to meet you. I am Brother Sebastian of the Lachey Order."
Morgan, Church of Hermes.
And he is wearing like the simple, like the gray robes with the inverted cross. He doesn't have shoes on because that is a standard thing for their order. And he walks into the room, and it is a fairly sparse, room. He's got like his own personal library, and he's got his own what looks kind of like an altar. There's a lot of things burned on it, and he motions over to a table, and he says, "I think he'll fit on there if you want to lay him out."
Good, he's getting heavy.
So I take it in the week since we initially spoke, there have been some developments.
Uh-huh.
Gesture to the table.
We found another one of those chambers
Ah,
with the seal.
was Valkyrie Marley able to give you a good reason for why the Lachey had to work with the House of Odin?
Uh-huh. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it was, but Garlen knows it.
Oh, goodness.
It was bad.
Yeah, basically they had to reinforce the wards on whatever they were keeping in that one chamber, and they had to basically they were powering the prison by having it chained up to that lectern. It was kind of a closed circuit to keep him in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so apparently there's a whole bunch of these chambers, and they're all part of an attempt to keep the bad out.
So those seals would indicate that it can't have to do with that, though. That would be ridiculous.
Or could it?
Well, I mean, this couldn't go back to, the early conflicts of the world. That would be ridiculous. But the only thing I could think of for that would be to have seals that are closing out the void.
Ding, 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 ding.
But I mean, why would they be in a neighborhood like this? And of course, he even realizes what he said was dumb, because as old as the conflict was, this neighborhood was not a thing. This was this was a dwarven fortress at that point in time.
Exactly. And needless to say, this Joker here and two of his compatriots were going to mess up the seal in the new location we found, which of course would be bad.
I just realized too, we never found out what was on the scroll.
But we have it with us.
Yeah.
Yep. And we got this.
Might I? Oh, that just hurts my eyes to look at. Might I? And he grabs a pair of glasses. Might I take a look at this?
I hand it over to him.
I'm going to kind of peek over his shoulder at the scroll, too.
All right. If you would like, give me an Arcana check.
12.
So, you can't necessarily discern it yourself, but I will say you rolled high enough that once he posits his theory, you will know whether he's on the up and up about it. And he starts looking at this, going, "Oh my, this is horrible. This is about completely hollowing a person out so that they have no free will. That's not just an enchantment. That's like literally damaging someone's soul."
Yeah, they said something about that.
That is absolutely horrid. The void inside someone would just keep growing until they imploded on themselves.
That's terrible.
Well, yes, it is. But it seems like from what I'm reading here, there wasn't more text involved. This was the scroll was it?
To the best of our knowledge,
We didn't see anything else.
they had absconded with a citizen, tied her up, and were reading the scroll, trying to suck out her soul, hollow her out.
It didn't work?
No, it did not, which is the other interesting thing. Are you familiar with Mother Ninra at the Cradle?
Oh. He doesn't say anything else.
Of course. Why would it work on her?
And he looks at the bottom and he says, "I think whoever transcribed this didn't understand the text that they were transcribing. They just literally took it from a page and put it here. Because as you can see on this bottom, there is another part of the ritual that would at least cause the void to quit encroaching within a person's soul. So if we had this book, we could actually at least stop the ongoing damage that was being done."
Well, they didn't have anything else on them, so...
Well, unfortunately, I doubt they were interested in reversing any damage if they were trying to convert anyone.
They were willing to let it run its course.
It would be wonderful to actually have this. I don't know for certain, but I am concerned that if they didn't implode from their soul getting eaten from the inside out, that there might be concern for an undead contamination of some sort.
Awesome. Because we need
Maybe we
more
should
of
have
those.
burned those bodies.
Well, they're locked up in the thing, so...
So do we have any leads on where this cult might be operating from? Anything else that's going on at the moment?
Just this
Point at the
Joker.
guy.
Well, I at least feel much better knowing that we know these seals exist and someone wants to break them, so therefore we understand a motivation.
Sure, that makes me feel great.
And he goes, "I was just getting ready to have dinner. Would you like to have some?"
I am starving. Thank
And
you.
he brings out like everything that he has it's just like vegetables and salad. So I don't know how used to eating that Garlen would be, but
You know, it's better than not having anything. I will, of course, restrain myself so I don't eat all of his food, because that would be rude. Be a good guest.
I'm not too sure. Not too sure about the fresh veggies, but he kind of like picks at it some.
I am here for it.
Oh,
And he also serves you a not overly alcoholic brew. Like, it's enough to where it's better than the water you can get in this district, but it's not going. It would take a lot to actually buzz you. So, is there anything else I can do to help you? Unfortunately, I don't have many resources here, but I can ask around with other members of the order and some of the neighboring areas if you would like me to.
Well, maybe you can help us out with asking the right questions when this guy wakes up, too.
Well, there is that. And he walks over and he grabs a pitcher and he dumps it over the guy's head. All right, wake up. Slap, 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 slap. I believe my friends here would like to speak with you. I have nothing to say to any of you. Until the seals open and the world is reborn, there is nothing I need say to the common people.
oh, really? I give him the look. You will tell us what we want to know, or you will meet the same fate as your fellows.
We all have the void waiting for us. Some of us visit it sooner than others.
I was afraid he was going to say something dumb like that.
I want to go see this void. Where would I go?
Hand me one of your swords and I can speed your way.
I think the only way I'll be handing you a sword is through the ribs. But I also don't want to defile the Brother Sebastian's cell here.
Brother Sebastian, I appreciate that. There is nothing awaiting us beyond this world. Then we embrace the void. We are simply clearer of vision than everyone else. We are ready for the void to take us. Nothing good will come of continued existence.
Awesome. That's fabulous.
So you're just kind of a weak little peon down at the bottom, right?
If I can speed oblivion, then that is all I can hope for.
I hate you guys. I hate you cultists. You're so friggin' stupidly single-minded. Ugh. Where's the book that's copied into the scroll?
Ah, the book. You want to know about the book. The book was the greatest thing we could have found. The book is what teaches us how to hollow people out. The book is what steals the ridiculous souls away from people and takes away their hope.
Awesome. Where is it?
The book is with the Bleak one.
Awesome. Where's the Bleak one?
The Bleak one is with the Bleak Testament.
You're really making me want to poke your eyes out right now, and I'm really trying to be good.
The darkness brings us closer to the oblivion.
Yeah, it does. It's times like these that I sit and I wonder why we veiled torture. Okay. Well, we're not going to get anything out of this Joker.
It is all right. Eventually we'll read to you from the book. We just can't give it to everyone, so sometimes we have to transcribe the ritual for others. Eventually we will have enough people in this neighborhood to move forward.
In the middle of a sentence, I smack him on the temple with my pommel of my sword and knock him out again.
And he has the most annoying, like, serene look on his face as you knock him out.
Oh,
I was getting tired of that.
well, he can enjoy waiting for the void in a cell.
And brother Sebastian goes, did he mention the Bleak Testament? Is that what he said?
He just did, yeah.
That is one of the holiest texts from a certain point of view of the cult of Erlig.
Awesome.
It's reputed to actually be a magical artifact. It doesn't just have rituals in it. It itself is a dangerous thing.
And apparently somebody's gotten a hold of it.
Could you describe that first room that you were in way back when you first visited me a few weeks ago?
Sure, it was like this with the thing and the stuff and
And a
the
lectern.
chains and the...
And your friend had a chain and something was chained to the lectern, correct?
Sounds right.
I think the chamber that you first visited may have been set up to shield this from being detected. I believe what may have been in that chamber was the Bleak Testament itself.
Fabulous.
Don't
Awesome.
like that.
I don't recall. Do we, based on the information that we've gotten from Sebastian and Valkyrie Marley, do we know how many different seals there are?
When you looked at the map, at least when when it was being described to you by Zindlane, it sounded like there were 5.
All right. And we know 2 of them. One of them's already been defiled. We can protect one of them, in theory. And there's 3 more. And my guess is if enough of them go down, the remaining ones won't be able to hold out. But that's just a guess. I don't know nothing about magic and stuff. But that's how I would work it if I was doing it.
If I were a wizard. So, well, he's unconscious again now. This is some bad news.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I am just a slight bit terrified. In fact, if you listen carefully, you can hear my stomach churning. And then he sits there quietly, and a few seconds later, you're... Yes, it's churning.
All right. Well, when the Griffins finally show up, we'll turn this joker over.
So outside at the gate, Shania shows up, and you know that's strange because she's usually day shift. And she shows up, and Brother Sebastian lets her in, and she goes, "What is going on?"
Well, it's like this. And we'll lay the whole thing out for her. Evil call, trying to break the seals to let in the void, and all will be death and destruction. And 5 seals, one of them's broken, the book, yada, yada, yada.
Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria.
So is this related to all of the U's running around?
No, that was just a happy coincidence.
All right. I can take him into custody. The reason that I stayed over on this shift is because there were several people on watch that were they were very dubious of this story. They think that cultists are just an excuse for the gangs to get away with doing extra murders and covering it up, making it look flashy, scaring people. So they were inclined not to take this particularly seriously. And
hence the reason why we wanted you.
Yeah, I will. I will make sure that he finds a cell and doesn't get out. I don't. And you notice, like, this is when she tries to be optimistic. This is when she gets kicked in the gut because she realizes it's an uphill battle. Because the Griffins are essentially another gang. So
Yeah.
every time she kind of thinks, yes, we can finally do some good, she realizes how hard this is being, and she's like, well, at the very least, they won't question if I keep him in a cell for a while.
Might want to keep him by himself too. You don't want that madness spreading.
Is there something? Is he? Wait a minute. Is he a spellcaster?
Well, he was doing some stuff with his hands, and yeah, it was a little. I'm also concerned about his void that he's trying to spread.
I paid for this out of my own pocket, and she reaches into her belt, and she pulls out this thing that looks like it is an insect of some sort. It has a long proboscis, and it's got like lots of little grabby things on it. If anyone would like to make an Arcana check, you may do so.
I would love to make an Arcana check. Just not going to be very point.
Got a 9. I don't have a good feeling about this.
What did Baro get?
6.
I'm going to roll this D20 just for giggles. And if the totally non-magic dude suddenly has a flash of inspiration, that would be funnier than hell. No, 8.
She takes this thing out, and she reaches for the base of his neck, and she sets it on there, and this thing like sinks all of its legs into the side, and it almost looks like if you superimposed it, this thing is almost like burrowing into his spinal column on his neck.
That's not creepy at all.
Don't like that.
Those are really expensive, but that should keep him from casting any spells.
Okay, then.
Is that ethical?
I mean, what else are we going to do with the spellcaster?
Tie his hands and gag him.
Well, one of the standard Griffin issues is to cut out someone's tongue or cutting out off their fingers. So this is nicer. This is a nicer thing that I've run across here. It just it's bred by alchemists, and when it senses magic being summoned for a spell, it digs in and disrupts the thought process.
All right, then.
They're called mage shackles.
I like it. Useful. All right, so.
Well, I will take him to a cell. Keep me updated. I will try and do what I can do.
All right, thank you for your assistance.
I know we cleared your name, but I'll take him myself. I don't want you showing up any more often than you have to.
That's probably a good idea.
And she, you notice Shanae is not a big woman, but she just like slings this guy over her shoulder and like starts walking down the street with him as if it doesn't bother her at all.
Yeah.
So Brother Sebastian kind of looks around and he, at first he looks over at Baro and Garlen, and then he looks over at Morgan and says, the thing that was terrifying, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
All right, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me.
Remind me not to piss off the guard.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to do now?
It'd probably be a good idea to get some rest.
Did we need to meet with Valkyrie Marley?
Well, you haven't gotten a message back from the kids yet, but
My guess is the next thing we need to do is probably find some of that ichor so that more than just Z can read the damn map.
how hard can it be to take down a demon so you can use its ichor?
I'm guessing, just finding a demon in the first place is probably, hard enough. But there's got to be somebody in this friggin' city who's got some ichor that we could, appropriate, i.e. purchase, or, if necessary, abscond with.
I mean, you know people.
Yeah. I do know people.
Decided, could the alchemist maybe get us a lead, if not have it themselves?
Yeah.
Brewer might be a potential lead there.
Who?
Brewer, the alchemist.
Yeah. Let's crash for the night, and then in the morning I'll start putting out some feelers and see if we can find Z.
Okay. So all of you go your separate ways. Nothing particularly happens tonight for most of you, and you can get in a short rest. However, Baro, when you are outside your roof, getting ready to get into your cozy attic apartment, as you are crawling in there, a crow lands on the side of the roof, and it looks at you expectantly.
Oh, hey there. You're you one of his buddies?
And it looks at you, and you hear you actually hear Dramon's voice coming from this thing saying, "Hey, Baro, how's it going?"
Oh, that's weird. Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know there's the case I was working on. I got a lead.
Okay. Well, what's the lead?
Yeah. Back if you tear up the flagstones in one of the shelters behind the moat house, yeah, that's what you need to do. It's there. It's all coming together.
Okay.
Yep. I'll meet you there tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then the crow just flies off.
Okay, hopefully I didn't just dream that, and that was actually something that just happened.
So I am going to say, if let's take a 10-minute break now, and I'll pause this, and everybody can take care of all of their thing and the things that they need to do, and then we'll pick up after our break.
Sounds good.
All right. Hey, we're back from our break, and everyone had just gone home to get a night's rest. So Garlen went back to the cradle, Baro went back to his attic, and Morgan went back to the I'm assuming back to the church of Hermes. So you all have a decent night's sleep. Where were you planning on meeting up again?
We hadn't priorly coordinated that.
What about at Marley's?
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of you have your night's rest, and you managed to get up. And how early were you planning on meeting?
Soonish.
I'll be up way earlier than that.
I never, like, I try to never schedule anything before 9. I think that's kind of like my level of when things actually get started for me.
Whenever we meet, when I show up, I am in disguise, and any Church of Hermes paraphernalia has been hidden.
I like the idea that Garlen and Morgan are sitting there for a while, just waiting for Baro.
Yeah.
Then, much later than the other two expected, Baro comes like walking down the street.
I got to make sure that the people's house that I'm slumming in is have gone about their day and aren't there when I leave.
So the three of you are finally together after Baro makes you wait out here on the street for a while. What's your plan here?
So I do tell them about the crow that visited me just before bed, and
Oh, what now?
one of I forgot his name again.
Drummond?
Drummond.
Drummond. One of Drummond's crows came and spoke in Drummond's voice and told me about a lead on his investigation, and he was going to meet us there at the place where there's some flagstones and there's something under there.
At the place where there's some flagstones.
Just overturn every flagstone in the district.
The one place with the flagstones.
You know, that place where I hit that thing that time.
I will say that it eventually occurs to you that it was the outbuildings around the moat house.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go, the outbuilding around the moat house. Yeah.
We could also pop in and see if Valkyrie Marley's awake, available. Got a message.
Shit. I need to swing by Brewer's.
Oh yeah.
That'll be fun.
I love that you all met here and then realized that it's probably not open yet.
Hey, just because it's not open doesn't mean it's not a good place to meet.
All right, so you're going to cut a few streets down and go to the Spice of Life?
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask this just as a world building thing. Morgan, have you ever visited the Spice of Life?
Maybe on occasion through acolyte training, medical training. Brandon, mute your milk. Mike. I can't think when I can hear myself. Yeah, paths may have crossed, but it may not be some place I really frequent since I have a fairly reliable method of healing.
Yeah,
and buffing for that matter.
Yeah, and every once in a while, Brewer might just happen to have something really rare, but yeah, for the most part, you probably wouldn't. So you're familiar, but not like a frequent customer or anything. All right. So are you doing anything special before you head to the Spice of Life, or just heading straight over there?
Just heading over.
All right. So you come in, and you see Brewer, as you often see. They are wearing thick leathers and full gloves, and they have the Plague Doctor mask on. This particular Plague Doctor mask for today, all of the clothing is really, dark browns and blacks and grays. But the Plague Doctor mask that they have on today is like this bright orange color.
Well,
And
that'll wake you up.
there is a series of lenses sticking out of one eye that have multiple lenses that can be folded up and down that, is like a contraption on the outside of this particular plague doctor's mask.
Well, that sure is unique.
I am so glad to see all of you.
Yeah.
What brings you here?
Well, two things really. One, you need to be super careful with those healing potions.
Do you have some data for me?
I got sick, and then a bug came out of me, and then it took on my face and multiplied and ran around the city causing trouble.
Fascinating.
Yeah, sure was.
But you were healed, correct?
Yes, I was.
Also an important data point.
True.
So your warlock isn't here to get a bath this time. What are you looking for?
We need Demon Acre.
Oh, I am fresh out, but I would be very pleased if you could get me some.
Do you know a good source?
I actually believe I do. The other
That would be
day,
awesome.
I was taking a stroll, and I was near Hilltop, and I saw a body without a head. And I was thinking that, there were rumors that a demon might have been running around, and I thought, oh, of course, there was probably a Vargul that hitched a ride on the demon, and it's probably creating more of their kind. So I think there might be one hiding at Hilltop. So if you could bring me that, I will get you all that you need, and I'll pay you for the excess.
Sure, why not?
Wonderful.
Hilltop.
Hilltop is it is a tiny prison for just this district. It is literally like a ramshackle thrown together place where criminals are locked up, and it is on top of a mound of other buildings that have collapsed over the years, and it is an artificial hill of debris. If anything shifts at the base, the whole thing would probably slide down off of the top of that. But for now, it's just kind of sitting on top of there. And no one in the district wants to go there because basically the watch locks someone up in there. Once a day, someone comes in and throws food at them of some sort or another, and then leaves again.
That's terrible. Okay.
And Brewer just happened to find a body with no head on it outside there.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating how Vargul's managed to reproduce.
How do they do that?
Oh, you see, Vargul's are sort of like the ticks of the lower planes. They ride on the backs of demons that get summoned, and then what they do to reproduce is they fly up to someone, and they look like they're giving them a cute little kiss. And what they're actually doing is infecting them with their fiendish essence, and eventually the person becomes infected, their ears turn into wings, and then their head just rips itself off their body. And hence another Vargul is born.
Awesome. Sometimes I hate this town. All right. Let's go investigate Hilltop, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So if you go to Hilltop is on the very edge of this district. And it is slightly abutted up to like one of the retaining walls in that corner. So the hill is kind of piled up to there. And the building is kind of leaning up against that wall at the moment. if you walk straight up the front, there is a guard posted. They don't usually pay much attention, but there is a guard posted at the front of Hilltop.
All right, then. Well, let's roll right up there and see if the guard's seen anything out of the ordinary.
All right. So when you reach the top of the stairs, the person looks at you and goes, "What are you doing here?"
We are investigating the supposed appearance of some nasty creature called a Vargo.
Why would that be here? This is just a bunch of criminals.
Well, supposedly somebody saw something up here. A headless corpse.
You wouldn't be doing vermin catching work, would you?
Absolutely not.
And he looks at you and goes, "So what you're saying is, if you're not doing vermin catching work, you need to plausibly be able to explain what other work you're doing so that the vermin catchers wouldn't be concerned about this, correct?"
We are collecting specimens for Brewer.
So what you're saying is you're actually doing work for the Order of Apothecaries. And their hand is just kind of reaching out, hand up.
Corruption. Gotta love it.
Well, you notice this person is not this is like one of the people from the bodyguard guild. Like the Griffins aren't even posting one of their own here.
Of course.
They're subletting someone else to do this.
Look, I fish around in a pocket. I palm a coin. This silver says that we are doing what we are doing, and we're not encroaching on anybody else's territory or anybody else's business. And there's another one just like it. If you see anything interesting, and let us know.
I find that silver gets really lonely if it doesn't have a friend right off the bat. Do you think maybe it could have a friend? You don't want the silver to be lonely, do you?
You drive a hard bargain, sir.
All right, and if I see something, I will work on that third friend.
It'll be a
Fourth
party.
friend.
Ooh.
It's your
Well-
new motto. You see something, say something.
I am very glad to let subcontracted workers for the Order of Apothecaries to explore this unusual site for such excavations. And he opens the front gate for you. So as soon as the people inside hear the door open, you hear a few voices. A few of them say, let loose some very colorful expletives directed at the Griffins, as if this is a Griffin. And a few of them are saying, seriously, I need to be let out of here. I'm not going to last here much longer. You need to let me out of here. And there's a few other people that are just kind of like making piteous noises. And then like there's a voice in the back saying, the thing is still in here. No one believes me, not even the people in here, but it's going to kill us all.
That's the voice we go to.
Yeah, I was going to say, I look at the others and I'm like, I think we have a winner.
So all of these doors are basically just pretty standard doors, but they're very heavy, and they just have the slide,
Mm-hmm.
viewer that you can open from the outside. And this place also smells horrible.
Oh, I'm sure.
There are literally, if you get a look at any of the cells, the facilities for relieving oneself is like a hole cut into a box that just empties out into the hill underneath the building.
Yeah. Woo! That's right. You there. I believe you.
It's going to kill us.
Not if we kill it first.
It killed one of the guards, and everyone just thinks that it was somebody that rolled one of the griffins in the night, but it wasn't just that. It was this horrible thing with bat wings that just flew out and it wrapped around his face, and it was horrible, and it's going to kill us all.
Where is this thing right now?
The old guard that used to come here to feed us, he had gambling debts and a business on the side, and he would have me do his books. And so he would let me out for a few hours every night. And the watch station up the stairs is where the office is at, but nobody wants to actually use it for an office. But it's up there, and at night it flaps against the windows, and someday it's going to just rip one of these things out and squeeze itself through the hole and start killing us.
All right, let's see if we can take care of that for you.
And you can see where there is like a doorway at the back of the hallway with all the doors lined up here.
Mm-hmm.
There is just a door that probably leads to a set of stairs.
Cool. Hey, by the way, you worked on this guy's books?
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have like made a copy while you were working on them for like security purposes, would you?
No, but there were some disturbing entries. There's someone in the Griffins in this area is they have a few other Griffins that are helping them dispose of bodies, and I don't know why there's so many people they're getting rid of. Like normally if they need to rough someone up and someone just happens to die, it's just part of them keeping the peace. So they say these are more like actual murders that someone is committing, and a few of the Griffins are on the take getting rid of the bodies.
Well, now.
And these books are up in the office?
Maybe. He had them with him. I don't know if they would have been on his body or if they would still be here. Maybe he hid them here. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, thank you for the information.
Hey, you don't think you could let me out, do you?
What's the reason that you're in here in the first place?
Creative bookkeeping.
And they threw you in here.
Well, the problem is when you're creatively keeping books for one people, and then another guild sees that creative bookkeeping kept silver out of their pocket, and then they pay the Griffins to keep you locked up. That's how you end up here for doing what I did.
Excellent. We'll bear that in mind. Hang tight.
All right.
Let's go find that door.
So, like at the end of the hallway, you see the door. It's just there.
Oh, real quick. In the interval, probably not before bed last night, but when I got up in the morning before I went to the meet, I repacked the gun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I do not doubt that is part of your usual, we might be having an adventure, so let's shoot something. Just in case.
All right. So, something tells me security in this place is pretty damn lax other than the cell doors. So, does this door have a lock on it?
It does, but this door is nowhere near as heavy or as reinforced as the doors that the people are behind. And I would say that since you also have a proficiency in lockpicks, this has a shitty lock on
Puh.
it.
Cheeseball locks, you can push right through.
So did you just want to pop the door off its hinges, or did you want to actually pick it?
I don't think anybody's going to care if this door is broken, honestly. So I'm just going to break it open.
Okay. I am going to say with the quality of this door, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You can just lean into it and eventually it pops.
Yay.
However, please give me a stealth check at disadvantage for no particular reason.
Of course. Stealth. Oh, balls. That would be a 6.
All right. Could be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Nothing to see
I'll-
here. Move along.
It's all just a bluff.
Yeah. All right. Blow through the door. You say there were stairs on the other side?
Yes. The stairs lead up to a second floor.
Ooh, we go there.
I'm keeping my eye open for movement, up in the ceiling, in the corners, what have you.
All right.
Looking for bat flappy heads.
Okay. All right. So as you get up there, you see like a crappy, like kind of office space. It's a little big for an office space, but it's just kind of something they threw together. And there's it's not very well lit. So how are you approaching this?
Well,
I think I'm going to take my lantern out if it's not very well lit. Try to shine some light on the area.
sounds
Okay.
like a plan.
So, all of you, if you would, give me a no. Give me a perception check.
Hmm.
20.
Ooh, I got a 12.
Okay.
I got an 18.
All right. Wow. Hey, never mind. Even Garlen saw this.
1 second. I'll be right back. All right. Pupper needed to go out.
So, all of you, as you get in there, you're looking around. You see the tables and the desk that's set in there and all of that. And all of a sudden, you see up in the rafters these things that look like heads without any skin on them, but they still have like the muscles and everything underneath. And they have big fangs, and where their ears should be, there are big bat wings.
Plural? Plural things?
Hmm?
Plural things?
Yes, there are 2 of them.
Okay. Two's not here.
Oh,
Because one came through and it removed the head off of another person.
Oh,
Kind
those
of
are
burn it down,
ugly.
start over.
Do they see us?
Yes. They were very aware of you ever since you popped the door open. So I think in this instance, we are just going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Ooh, that's better. I got a 19.
All right. What did Morgan get?
7.
Okay. And what did Baro get?
25.
Wow. Okay. So, Baro, what would you like to do? You see these things up above you. They
So
are
I can't really do a whole lot since I don't have any range. I am going to pull out my short swords, though,
okay.
and ready in action for if they get in range.
Okay.
Then I will.
That sounds good.
I was gonna say I can throw my crossbow at you too.
Notice how she said at, not to.
Yeah.
Basically, all of you are about 10 feet away from these things, but they're also 10 feet up in the air. So just there is, however, a desk. So, okay, so Baro, you're basically just waiting until one of them gets within range so you can stab it. Garlen, what would you like to do?
I'm going to take the initiative and actively attempt to try and get at these things. I'm going to hop up on a desk and see if I can get a shot at one of them.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
But of course. Ooh, 16.
All right. So you easily jump up on the desk, so you have enough reach to hit one of them.
Damn it. I missed. 7 is not going to cut it.
You don't think they have an armor class of 7? So this leathery bat-winged head dives out of the way of your sword. It was an impressive jump, however. All right. So the second one is going to fly past you, Garland. So you get an attack of opportunity.
Ooh. 11?
An 11 just barely misses it. You almost clip it, but it just rolls away from your sword. And Baro, you were waiting until it got within range, so that triggers now. You can attempt to stab it.
Alrighty. That would be a 18 to hit it.
That definitely hits.
Okay. And that'll be 7, 8, 11 damage.
Okay. It is definitely bloodied, but it is still here.
Okay.
Do I have the option for bonus action with the ready action?
No, because if you ready, you have to use your reaction to take the action, not
Okay.
so.
Then that's it for me then.
All right, so it swings in and it is going to go for the no, it's not going to do that yet. It's just going to try and bite you. So, does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, that could be bad. Oh God. All right. So, you take 4 piercing damage and 12 poison damage.
Ouch.
Whew. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot, guys. That last hit with the poison, you see that Baro's not looking good.
And so that was the first one. The second one that's right by Garlen is going to attempt to bite Garlen. Does a 12 hit Garlen?
Nope.
All right. So it just kind of gnashes its fangs at you, and you keep out of its range. And that's the Vargul's turn. Morgan, what would you like to do?
Morgan is going to cast Sacred Flame on the one that has been damaged.
Okay.
And that's a Dex saving throw.
Okay.
I have a feeling like this isn't going to go the way I'd like.
Oh, God. Got a 19 on the save.
But yep.
They are agile little things.
I'm down a cantrip, so it's that or the crossbow.
All right. Baro, it is your turn, and it's right in front of you.
Okay.
It is bloodied.
I'm definitely going to go slashy on this. First hit is a 16 plus 5, so 21 to hit.
That will hit.
And that will be 8, 13, 16 to hit, or 16 to damage.
Oh, yeah. It is quite dead.
Good. Take that, you bastard.
The head just kind of drops at your feet. And then you notice, like, the ichor is leaking out of it, so you may want to, like, turn it so it doesn't all leak
Squelch.
out. Yeah.
All right. Garlen, what would you like to do?
I am going to use my bonus action to activate Fighting Spirit, which gives me advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of my turn,
All right.
and also 5 temporary hit points. And I'm going to try and hack this biznitch. Oh, 18.
That will hit.
And that is going to do 9 points of damage.
Yeah, that was a solid hit. It is bloodied. But unfortunately, it still gets a turn now.
No, it doesn't.
Because
I'm going to use my action surge. And that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
For, come on, 8 points.
That kills it.
Boom!
So you have 2 demonic heads.
I'm sure they hit the floor like overripe fruit.
Splat.
Yeah, and it's like exposed muscle, but it's like leathery on the outside.
It's nasty.
The flesh just all kind of falls off the outside of the heads. It's not pleasant.
All right, let's bag these up so we can save the ichor.
Are you doing anything else while you're in the attic?
Damn, Skippy, we're going to check this room, search the office space, the desk. We're going to thoroughly go through we're going to roll this room.
Okay.
Knock around for hidden compartments.
Uh-huh. All of it.
Okay. I am going to say, who would like to lead the investigation check? And if everyone else is helping that person, they will get advantage.
I would like to lead the investigation check.
Yeah,
I think
All
that's a
right,
good
man.
call because you actually have investigation. And I will assist as meekly as I can.
Oh yeah, I need a roll, huh? I really wish I'd been able to get a nap in. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Well, my passive. Okay, yep, I rolled a 19.
Okay. So, you can find, as you're looking through here, there's a desk that just has like a ledger that just says, "Yep, we fed them," and and there's another thing that says, "Yeah, they're all still here," and from the handwriting, if you had to guess, this is like the guard person that comes here once a day, just literally comes in here and marks all of these things off. It doesn't look like it's meticulously kept. It's more like, yep.
Pencil whipped.
Yep. But you find that, and that's in the desk. So there's nothing really of consequence in the desk. It's just kind of like useless paperwork. But then when you look under the desk, you find that there is a floorboard that has been pried out of place.
We like those.
Yep.
And it does look like if you pried it up, there appears to be some sort of lockbox in between, if you kind of look in the space between the two boards.
Oh, yeah. Let's dig that bad boy out.
Maybe you should make sure that it's not trapped.
That's probably a good idea.
No, let's just open it.
It's not me opening it.
I'll take care of it.
Is Garlen just going to open it then?
Yeah.
As he's opening it, I'm like, wait, maybe you should.
So Garlen, give me a dexterity save.
Do, 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 do. 17.
So as you're getting ready to reach in there, by the latch, you notice for a second as you're starting to pull on it, it is locked. But even more so, there is like this razor sharp ring that just kind of shoots out around the top of the box and comes back in.
Whoops.
And then I finish my sentence. Check for traps.
Let's just, fix that, shall we?
So anyone else want to try to open it?
Slap Baro with guidance and go at it.
I don't know if I can handle the. I guess okay. The trap's already been sprung. All right, I guess I'll give it a shot.
I'll tell you this: there's a trap.
Yeesh. Wait. So what am I rolling?
Well, you're not detecting the traps on whatever you're doing is probably
Sleight of
using
hand,
thieves' tools.
Yeah. Okay. Using thieves' tools. 11.
Did you do the D4?
Guidance. Yeah. Hold on. Let me do the guidance.
There's a chance. Roll that D4 really well.
So that is 14.
I'm gonna say you didn't miss by enough to trigger it again, but you did find out that it is a resetting trap.
Oh.
Like as you're working on the lock, you notice there's like this little spring that is used in that type of trap that kind of depresses and pulls the thing back around naturally. But you didn't fail by enough to re-trigger it.
Is there something we can stick in there to stop the blade while we're working?
Yeah, you can probably just shove something, wedge something in between, the lid and the hinge.
I take the regular logbook and use that.
Okay, so you kind of shove the corner of that in there, and so give me a check to open the.
Oh, that's much better. 19.
So you unlock it, and like the thing shears like halfway through the cover, but it doesn't get anywhere near your fingers, and you manage to pop the lock open. And there is a much nicer looking book inside here.
Hey guys, I got it.
Woo! Cool. What's in this book?
I don't know. I hand it off to Garlen. Let him flip through it.
There's a bunch of ledgers, and people are like coded with like initials in this. So it'll say something like disposed of package for BO this date.
One sec.
And then there's other things in there saying, shifted this much silver from this place to here to cover debts.
All right. So this is probably the dude's secret ledger that the prisoner was talking about. The regular logbook that says, "Yep, fed them. Yep, they're still here."
Mm-hmm.
Does it have individual names of the people, or is it just a general?
Yeah, it has all their names, but it looks like what happened is when someone makes the new logbook, they put the names on a bunch of the pages, and then the guards will come in and just whip the things down. So they probably paid someone that was like an actual scribe to put all the names in it.
Excuse me.
Which is really sad because there's like months and months and years worth of names in here, and they probably are just assuming all these people are going to stay in here indefinitely.
Well then. Well, I can think of at least one guy that's not going to be here anymore. I don't know why, but I feel like I want to let that guy out. Part of me wants to let part of me wants to let the whole crew out.
Part of me is thinking that too, but there's probably some really bad ones in here too.
Hit that moral dilemma now. It's like, if you let the one out, and it's like, what about me? I'm dying.
Well, maybe there'll be another time.
So do you come back down the stairs?
Yes, we come back down the stairs.
Are you all right?
Who's asking?
Asking that.
It's the person in that last cell.
Yeah, they're dead.
You sure?
Yep.
There was more than one?
Yep.
If there's more than one, how are you sure that they're all dead?
Well, odds are they were going to stay together.
I'm just thorough. I can't help it.
No, I get it. I understand your thoroughness.
There's probably one to begin with. There's one headless body, so 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's possible.
Let's put it this way. If we find out about another one, we'll come back. We'll kill it too.
All right. Well,
you may not have to worry about that.
Are you going to kill me now?
No.
Oh my God. I talked to you. I know too much.
I'll hold up the book and say, is this your ledger?
Yes, that is.
Yeah, look at that. That would be kind of useful to you in some respect, wouldn't it?
Yes. I mean, it's a little dangerous because, if the Griffins that were on the take were to find out that I had this. But then again, I only knew one of them. I didn't know about any of the other ones. They were all just initials. If I never know anyone's initials, I should be fine.
I wonder if we could blow this whole thing open. Probably wouldn't be worth trying. We know a Griffin who's on the straight and narrow. At least as far as we know.
I helped clean things up in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna give this to so-and-so and see if they can do anything with it.
Okay.
What do you think? Should we let this guy out?
Yeah, I think he helped us, and it's not like he killed anybody, right?
I think, definitely, imprisoned under weak pretenses.
Yeah, especially to be imprisoned indefinitely.
Yeah.
This place is a shithole.
Yes, it is.
I say we just burn it down, but then we could possibly be letting bad things loose too.
Something to put on the list for later. Try and reform the process for Hilltop. All right, let's crack this lock.
All right. This one is more substantial. They did put the thicker, heavier doors with better locks here.
However, my bet is it's not trapped. Why would they go through the trouble to trap the locks on cell doors, right?
That would really suck if you sent somebody to go feed the prisoners and forgot to tell them about that. Oh, I am so sorry.
Oh, Joe lost his hands because we forgot to tell him about the traps.
So how are we getting this guy out after we crack the lock?
He's going to walk out with us.
We came in 4 guys. What are you talking about? Here's some silver.
I mean, it's not like the person who's guarding the joint is a griffin, right? It's just some dude.
That's true.
He's already been well compensated.
All right.
So I guess I will go ahead and give a crack at it.
Okay.
Come on, dice, don't fail me now.
You can do it.
Sometimes this thing just spins too long. Woo. Ah. 12 plus 2, 14.
Okay. It is a good lock, but it's not a great lock. So you manage to pop it open with that. And as you are doing that, you hear someone saying, "Hey, I can't. If you come up here real quick, I'd like to make some more friends."
Are we going to be here all day?
Silver is friends. That's what I'm saying. It's the guard's voice.
Gotcha.
So he will talk to Garlen. He said, if I gave you something extra, the silver would have more friends. There is Griffin brass coming down the street. You may want to go to the back and hug the wall all the way down.
Give him some friends.
Here's one friend, and there will be more when we leave.
You're not leaving right now? And he points over to the procession of, there's about 5 griffins coming this direction. I don't know why there's that many coming here. They never come to Hilltop in that many numbers.
Is there another way out of here?
Well, I mean, it's not really another way, but if you hug the side of the building, because they're coming from that side, if you go to that side of the building, stay along the side of the building, and then go to where the hill touches the wall and follow that all the way down, probably no one will see you.
Okay.
But you're going to have to go soon.
All right. You pop the lock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's 2 more friends. Make sure that they're distracted.
Okay. Yeah, they usually don't ask me a whole lot, so I didn't see anything at all.
You're a good man.
I just like having friends. And he holds up the silver.
There may be more friends where that came from. I'm going to remember you. Let's go.
All right.
By the way, no one was ever in here.
No.
No. I mean, literally, the cell. No one was ever in here.
Oh, okay.
What kind of armor does Garlen wear?
I wear... What do I wear? I wear chainmail.
Chainmail's kind of noisy. So I have Trickery Domain gives me Blessing of the Trickster. I can give you advantage on dexterity stealth checks for 1 hour.
Nice.
Very nice.
And on that note, let's do a group stealth check. Wow. Your accountant was very stealthy.
He really wanted to get out.
Ooh. I needed the advantage, apparently. May not be enough. 13.
Okay.
14.
16.
Okay. All right. Anyone want to spend anything on that, or letting those stand?
I'm gonna let it ride.
Okay. You did manage to get the majority of the group making the stealth check. A little bit kind of skittered down the side of the hill, but not enough that the griffins moved over in that direction to investigate it. You get down to the place where the hill meets the bottom of the wall, and you are now not within line of sight of the procession of griffins heading for Hilltop.
Awesome.
Now, what would you like to do? It is at this point, you're probably late afternoon.
Make for the exit.
I'm also thinking that I might need to go hit that apothecary, as risky as it is. Unless you don't have any heals left to you right now, do you? I don't know. Do you have some sort of I don't know if I've played a cleric in 5th edition. Do you have any cantrips or anything?
The only healing cantrip is Spare the Dying.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Which I do have.
Yeah,
you don't get free hit points. You just get free not dying.
I'm down to 1 right now after that poison.
Vargulls are nasty because they are massive glass cannons. Like, they're very easy to kill, and they are horrible if they actually touch you.
Yeah.
I've only got 8 hit points myself, so we're not doing so hot.
We may need to, as much as I hate to admit it, we may need to actually take some time off.
Yeah, still supposed to meet
Drummond's.
Drummond. I'm gonna write that down. Yeah, so we're supposed to meet Drummond and flagstones behind the moat house.
Oh. Let's go do that on after we drop off the Vargulls at the apothecary.
Oh yeah.
And then you can decide if you want to chance the potion.
So if you head over to the moat house, it's still daytime. There's people filtering in because, there's lots of afternoon people, and there's people that come in here to do their business that get assigned to their rounds for where they go in the neighborhood. But you can pretty easily inspect the outbuilding. The one that you think the crow was referring to is this makeshift sauna that they tried to build for themselves that they thought was upscale and doesn't get used very often after the incident. So hey, the people in the nice neighborhoods had saunas. We wanted to try it too.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do at this point?
Well, look to see if there are flagstones like the crow was referring to.
Yeah, on the floor of this place, it looks like they did try and make this look nice, and they went and made the nicest flagstones you can get from other buildings that had collapsed over the years, and tried to work some nice ones in. So the floor of this building is all kind of covered up in that. There is a stove in the corner with a receptacle for water on top of it. And there's a bench in here.
Do we just go and start pulling up the flagstones?
Check for loose ones.
Yeah, I guess that's the start.
Check
You
for
don't-
traps first.
Would someone like to lead the investigation while the other people help them and give them advantage?
I think the person with investigation should lead the investigation.
I like this idea.
The person with the investigation thinks you're nuts trying to pull up flagstones to somebody's property because a crow told you to. But okay.
If you knew the guy, you'd understand. He said he'd be here, so maybe he'll show up.
You know what? I'm going to say, just for that observation, take a point of inspiration.
$16.
Okay. You're looking around, and Baro was very set on, you have to move these flagstones to look for something. But as you're looking around, the bench it's weird because under the lip of this wood there appears to be a hinge.
Well done.
Damn crow led me astray.
Well, I'm just gonna pop this thing open. Stand back.
All right, give me a strength check.
That I can do.
Baro does give him quite a
Oh, seriously? Seven.
I am not going to say that you were not strong enough to pop this thing. I'm going to say you actually did this too well. So you rip this bench out, and it's kind of like hanging off one of the hinges. But the other thing that happens is, underneath this bench was a sack full of something that rattles that pops out. And on top of that, there is a jar with a preserved head in it. And that jar flies out and hits the ground, and the head in the fluid that was preserving it is just laying there on the ground now.
Why do I
Well,
hang out with you people?
Dan, does this head look like anybody we know?
Not really. Then again, you don't know many people whose head has been pickled for a certain amount of time either, so. The smell is not like disgusting decay type smell. It is like sharp, weird chemical smell from.
So, besides the jar, then what else was looks like is in there?
Are you gonna look in the sack?
Yes.
When you look in the sack, there appears to be cleaned bones. Like they're not, not like the body just rotted away. It looks like somebody specifically, treated these bones to boil away or whatever, any of the flesh on it. And there is basically a calcified heart.
Okay, so somebody killed somebody and went through
What-
a
what
lot of
was-
trouble.
What was Draben investigating?
Draven was investigating someone that disappeared And you know what? I don't know that he told you the rest of the story, other than that he was obsessing over this person that disappeared.
All right then.
And I'm speaking out loud too, saying, Drummond, is this what you're looking for? Kind of waiting for a response, seeing if anything happens.
And at this point, a crow flies in, and the
I
crow,
look at Morgan and point and go, see?
the crow looks at Baro and says, oh, "Yep, that's who I was looking for. I hope I wish they had a better end, but I was afraid it turned out like this." By the way, Morgan and Garlen, you do not hear any voice coming from this crow.
Oh, great. Now I'm a crazy one.
Well, I figure Garland is seeing parts of the city that don't exist anymore, and Zinlane is Zinlane. So
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, let's turn this over to the proper authorities.
and when Garland says that, the Drummond crow goes, "Don't trust the Griffins. They're in on this."
I look over at them and say, we can't trust the Griffins. They're in on this.
Not even one griffin?
We don't know how far this goes. You could be putting anybody in danger that helps you out.
The crow says no.
Again, like you're not hearing any of this. There's just this sort of crow sitting here going.
That boy ain't right.
So, what we're saying here is that the only legal authority in town is so corrupt that we can't trust them. So who do we take this to?
I look over at the crow.
Pardon me.
The crow kind of tilts its head and says, "That's the real trick, isn't it? Figuring out how to get justice in this town." And it flies off.
Bugger!
I look back at them and say, great, it left us on our own. I guess this is another thing we take onto our plate.
Plate only has so much room on it. Not a serving platter.
There's something weird about using the serving platter analogy while you have a dismembered head too.
Yeah. Okay, first things first. Now we've got a preserved head that is no longer in the preserving fluid.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
I'll take care of it, but we're going back to see Brewer again.
And I'll grab the bag of the bones.
And don't forget the calcified heart.
Oh yes, and the heart. Oh, my inventory is going to look weird.
What about your Liché priest friend that handles dead people anyway?
I think that's where we're going to go after that. We're going to preserve the head again with the help of Brewer, and then take it to Brother Sebastian. Brother Sebastian's all in now.
Hey, we're going to involve you in this crime.
So, as you're leaving the scene of this area, such as it is, could you give me another group stealth check?
Why not? Oops.
You have that advantage for an hour.
Oh.
So if it's been within an hour, you still have
Yeah.
advantage on stealth.
Tail end, but yeah.
Double oops.
Wow.
Yeah, I
20
didn't do so hot either.
24.
8. You know it's bad when even I mess up.
So
I feel better because I got a 9.
so you're coming around the edge, and you're kind of, you're not just carrying the stuff out, but you're walking out from behind the moat house, and one of grandmother Shark's people sees you and says, "We've been meaning to talk to you for a long time."
About?
Well, grandmother wants to talk with you.
Us in general, or one of us in specific?
No, all of you have been kind of making a name for yourselves. In fact, we were hoping to find that goofy nobleman that usually hangs out with you, but we'll take you for now.
Who is this guy?
Can you give us a couple of minutes? Like, we will gladly come and have a conversation with Grandmother Shark.
I feel like this is the best time to bring you in, because I feel like any negotiation that needs to be done should be done with leverage. And there's like 2 other people with their vermin catching cudgels with them. It
Look.
shouldn't hurt too much.
Oh, it's not going to hurt.
We can even go in the office the back way.
Do we have any idea how long this head's going to stay viable?
I mean, it's been in this fluid for a while. It's probably good for at least a few hours before it starts drying up.
As long as it's recognizable as whoever it is, because we need to leverage that more than anything
It's
else.
pretty saturated at the moment.
Fine, let's have a conversation.
So they take you around the back of the place you have never been able to get into before, and they walk you in the back door, and the back door of the palace is not as impressive as the front. Of course, the front really isn't impressive if you've seen any other districts, but compared to this district, the only other place that's anywhere near as nice is the well. But as you come in the back, you are ushered into this fairly spacious office. All of your people stay around you, all of your escorts, and a woman walks in. And this woman is she is very tough looking. I would try to come up with a better description, but the best I can come up with is, if you take Mama from the Dread movie and make her just a little bit older, that's what you're dealing with here.
I don't understand that reference.
Lena Headley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, she's got like scars, and she's got short hair, and she looks like she's got the attitude and the shoulders to break you in half if she really wanted to. You people have been running around this district for over a month now, causing all sorts of ruckus, and we have never come to a formal agreement.
You're right.
Why do you think that is?
Well, we've been damn busy.
I know. Otherwise, I wouldn't even know you people were. I'll tell you what. Clearly, our guild is the guild that is doing the most for this district. That's why people give us such difference. So it's important to make sure that our guild is well funded and taken care of and is running smoothly. That's just the only.
Cock an eyebrow.
It's just the only way this district is going to keep functioning. And you all know this is the reason the sewers suck here, is because they were demanding an extra amount of dues from the Sanitary Excavators Guild, and basically
y'all need to work that out, because we need proper maintenance of the damn sewers. You have no idea.
You know what? I think we can be on the right footing if you do a job for me. And I think this job is right up your alley. You see, we have heard that there's a pest, and this pest is a little out of hand, to the point to where people are a little afraid when things flood out later in the year that this thing is going to be up on the streets.
Not a crocodile, is it?
How would you know? Why?
We've met it.
Yes, there is an exceptionally large crocodile that people are a little afraid of for flood season. I need this thing taken care of before flood season, which means I need all of you to have this done in like before next month is up. I'll give you 1 month to prove to me that that crocodile's gone. But if flood season starts and anybody sees this thing on the streets, I'm going to have to think that you don't want to do business with me.
I'm going to walk in here and I'm going to drop that croc's head at your feet. And you're going to leave us alone.
I mean, sometimes you just need to get freelancers, but I'll tell you what, though. In the meantime, I'll give you 1 month, and she hands you out the temporary guild passes for all of you to be recognized as vermin catchers for the next month. No one should hassle you for killing any vermin right now.
Pleasure working with you.
Yeah, I hope so. Remember, you got a month before flood season. Nobody sees that thing up above the sewers.
Not a problem.
And she will let you out.
Better get you some tougher armor there, big boy.
After we're gone. That's it? I thought she was going to really screw us. Just wants a dead croc.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse.
I mean, I'm not, super excited about going down in the sewers again so soon, but I mean, it's a croc. It's a big croc.
Think about it this way. We can have crocodile leather armor. How cool would that be?
Boots and yeah.
Doing the most for this neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh.
So after that sphincter moment.
Imagine how poorly that would have gone if they knew we had this book. All right. Back to Brewer.
All right. So you go about 3 streets over and, you smell the... actually, Pungent Alley is kind of nice today. It's kind of a spicy, deep smell that is not one of the more horrible smells that's coming back there. You don't know what Brewer must have dumped back there.
In your aromatic alley today.
Yeah. So if you walk in the shop, Brewer has on the same mask that they were wearing previously. Hello, how are you doing?
Well,
A little rough.
day just keeps getting more and more interesting.
Did you happen to find what we were looking for?
Yep.
Wonderful. Was it what I thought it was?
Yep.
I was going to be so disappointed if it was imps.
Nope. Vargo all the way.
Wonderful.
And their bites sting a little bit.
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, I should have given you antitoxin.
Yeah, that
That
would
would have been awesome. Yeah.
I am a little absent-minded sometimes.
The important thing is we have these 2 heads.
That is the important thing. I am so excited. Do you want to stay and watch me render the heads down to get the ichor?
No.
It's a very exciting process. I've built a machine.
I'm sure it's gripping. but we have something else that's also quite as important.
It literally is gripping. Well, so I will get you your vial from. It's so fortuitous that there were two heads. I will render this one for your vial, and I'll have this one for my experimentation. That's wonderful.
Yeah, we have another task that we need you to perform.
Really?
We need you to preserve this head.
Brewer reaches out and touches the fluid saturated cheek. Amateurs.
Yes, unfortunately, we broke the containment and the fluid escaped, but we need to preserve this long enough that we can figure out who this was to find out who killed them.
Do you want it immersed, or would you like a treatment that you could put on it? I mean, some people like their dismembered heads free and outward.
Yeah, just preserved. One sec.
So, Brewer, oddly enough, actually has some preservatives to dump this head in. Honestly, the most expensive thing is just the jar. And they plop the head into the into the jar. Oh, so now since you did this job for me, and I will render this down, so I will take that out. But I think that leaves us with about. And Brewer starts counting out. Yes, I think this is fair. And Brewer hands you a purse full of 400 silvers.
Wow. Okay.
I was very low on Demon Ichor.
All right, then.
If you don't need it, I could actually spare you a little bit more if you want me to give me the second head.
I mean, we need Demon Ichor for a project, so.
All right, then.
Arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Of all of the people in this district, telling Brewer that you need Demon Ichor for a project is, like, not going to faze them at all.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, is there anything else I can do for you? This has been a massively profitable day.
I think I could use one of your famous healing potions, please.
Ooh, I just got a new recipe. This will be fun.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, well, so that will be, I'm going to say, do you want one of the experimental potions, or do you want the more standard potion? It'll affect the pricing a little.
In what way?
Well, they would let go of the experimental potion for 25 silvers. Otherwise, it's 50.
I've seen what the normal ones can do, so I don't know if the experimental one will be much worse, so I'll go experimental.
I was actually not expecting that to go that direction.
Yeah.
Right. Well then, here you go. This one works a little bit differently. In order for this to work, you actually have to inject it directly into the bloodstream. And Brewer hands you this big metal, like, old style syringe with this gigantic needle.
Why can't I just
All right, 1, 2, stab. So, you can definitely roll 2d4 plus 2 for hit points.
Okay, healing set. Okay.
All right, now I need a con save.
All not coming. Oh, that's not too bad. That is 18.
Okay. And now I need a charisma save.
Watch, this is the one I fail, even though I've got a +2 in it. Yeah, 9.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer. It's not a 1. I can't reroll it.
All right.
I do have
You
inspiration.
do,
though.
yes.
I'm interested to see what happens.
Okay. All right then. So, if you would, I would rather you inflict this on yourself. Roll me a D100.
$45.
All right. Oh, that's a sad one. It's not as exciting as it could have been, but you have a new flaw. Whenever you play into this flaw, you can get inspiration for it. This particular flaw is I find it hard to care about anything that goes on around me. And part of what is happening here is there is like this recurring like numbing sensation from this healing potion that just kind of hits you in waves every so often. How do you feel?
I don't care.
Fascinating. Does anyone else need healing?
I'm fine.
I think this guy's kind of a quack, and I'm like, and I think I'm just gonna risk it.
Oh, man.
Well then, I am glad to have done business with you.
A pleasure as always, Brewer.
It will take me at least a day to get this rendered, so if you can come back sometime after that, I should have a vial full of ichor for you.
That's all right. We need to find Z first.
Ah, yes. Not out behind the shop?
We got to look again.
All right, then. So at that point, actually, what we're going to do now, well, what are all of you going to do? I will let you know now that we're at a point where I'm going to give you all 14 days of downtime to spend here. So what are you looking at doing, knowing that you probably need, let's see, you probably need at least 10 of those to train.
How long is the healing take place?
After a long rest, you will lose that trait. Unless you,
okay.
Yeah.
What about for the hit points period, though?
Oh, After 7 days, you get that back, your hit points and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So, dun, dun, dun. Sorry. It's verifying how long you have to spend to train. For anyone that's watching this, what we're doing in this game, in case you haven't caught it in the previous ones, is I'm letting people level up whenever they have the downtime to pay for training for a level. So we're not messing with XP, and I'm not messing with milestones. It's just a matter of if somebody has enough time to train, then they can get a level. They can't get more than one level per downtime that they get, though. So if for some weird reason you got 6 months of downtime, you're still not getting, you're not going to be able to train up to 20th level. So,
Got to adventure in that time and reflect on your experience afterwards.
exactly. So, Olive, what level are you? 3?
Yep.
All right. So, to train from 3rd to 4th is still 10 days and 20 silver. So, would all of you like to train to get another level?
Hell yeah.
All right. Anything in particular you want to do with the 4 extra days you have of downtime?
Are we able to train and rest at the same time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because those are the 2 things I'm concerned with, because I got 8 hit points and no spell slots.
Oh, yeah. No, mainly the training time is just you kind of reflecting on things you learned while you were adventuring. So some of it might be practicing moves, but it's not like overly strenuous. So as long as you're getting a good night's rest every day, which is, again, one of the true fantasies of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I'm fully rested.
I think one of the other things that I would like to do is have a private meeting with Shania and give her the ledger.
Okay.
Inform her of the depth of the corruption. I don't expect her to be able to do anything about it, honestly, but I want her to have as much knowledge as she can have.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's any chance of cracking that open and making some change, better to give it to her and go from there.
Yeah, and when you give it to her, she's you notice like the weight on her shoulders, seems to be getting deeper, like the more you explain these things to her, because she knew it was an uphill battle, and this is feeling more and more like something kind of hopeless, because this just confirms to her that the people that she thought were just lazy and not doing their jobs are actually actively working against the public interest, and that's even more devastating
Hopefully
to
only
her.
some of them. Hopefully there are some that are just lazy.
I'll do what I can with this, Garlen.
Let me put it to you this way. Don't give up hope. I know it seems hard, but hope is the one thing that keeps it all going. If there was no hope at all, everybody in this city would just, it would be over.
And as you're having this discussion, she looks over at the statue of Morris and says, "I guess we should all just be more like him."
Yes. Let Mara Sylvanus be the shining light we need in this time of need.
What would Morris do?
That's right. WWMD, baby.
Morgan, one of the things that happens very quickly while you're resting and recovering and getting more prepared to look further into this mystery is the kids bring back someone else that is that they thought would be a good candidate for being a messenger, and when you see them, they look like a half-sized Garlen.
Oh no.
And and the weird thing is that literally it's not like a child Garland. It is like a 3.5 foot tall Garland.
Kill it with fire.
And the other kids introduce you to them. They don't talk a whole lot, but I think they might be good for this. And it sees you, and its face opens up, and it goes, and it takes off running and dives into a sewer grate.
Damn it.
So, children, when we see something that size that looks like him, just leave it alone.
Oh, okay.
It's a long story.
Crap.
So, Baro, one day when you're not in your attic, you don't see this, but there is a shadowy figure that kind of looks like a transparent gray shadow, but it has bat-like wings, and it glides into your attic. And you have the wrapped up thing that you took from your parents, and this shadowy thing wraps its hands around the thing that you took from your parents and leaves. And at some point, however often you check on that, you realize that it's gone.
That's odd.
So on that note, I think we're going to wrap up for the evening unless anyone else has any last minute things they would like to address.
No, that should be it.
All right. Well, thank you all for playing. I had a lot of fun. I feel like I threw a lot at you this time, but thankfully you didn't try and take on too much for how beat up you were.
Oh, I was beginning to wonder, but what are you gonna do?
So yeah, I hope you all had fun. I'm having fun running this, and I'm hoping that you're starting to see some pieces, even though it seems like a lot of stuff is hitting at once, because there's a lot of things up in the air at the moment.
Yeah.
So I would just like to say goodbye to everybody that is watching or listening to this. Thank you for indulging us. And thank you, Brandon and Eileen and Bob. And I'm looking forward to 2 weeks when we have Zindlane back again. And we should have some interesting stories about where Zindlane was at.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. Some of them may not even be safe for children.
And on that note, I think I'm going to sign off. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.